Hi guys, it's Ian here, aka Yahoo Mantra. Welcome to my channel, and as you can see, I'm out and about again on my walk, and thought I'd take you with me and just take a little look at this. Now, where's it gone? There we go. We're going to I can't get the camera right. Yes, there we go. We're going to take a little seat under there and have a little chat about things. And today my video is going to be entitled Drinking Life to the Dregs. And this is something that is kind of learning, and I guess a teaching that's in my own life at the moment. And I suppose, because of my background, I've always sort of had the belief, even if not consciously, then kind of subconsciously, that the more spiritual a person is, the less worldly they are, for want of a better word, the less attached to physical life, and the things of 3D planet Earth that they are. And I suppose this comes from like we have images, don't we, of monks in closed orders and oracles who live in caves and hermits who live on the mountain and such like that. So there is a kind of an impression in there that spirituality is the polar opposite to living life. And as my learning has continued, I've come to know that that is not true. In fact, it's exactly the opposite to that. I'm going to take a seat now. So, yes, here we are on the steps of the windmill. Yeah, the truth is that it's exactly the opposite of that. The purpose of life is to enable us to grow spiritually, and we do that by drinking life to the dregs and getting out of each moment of life every last drop of experience that it affords us. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Do I mean about being in London today, Munich tomorrow, Paris the next day? Do I mean kind of skydiving and abseiling and whitewater rafting and going to casinos and stuff? No, I don't mean that at all. I certainly can't do that, and I'm not really sure that I would want to, but I think it's about seeing what life brings to the door of our day each day and noticing how we respond to that and the decisions that we make and how we make those decisions. Because I think that people live with a lot of fear. Now, sometimes it's fear that they know and recognise, and they recognise it as fear, but sometimes it isn't. They don't even think about it, but it is something within their personality that shapes how they behave, the things that they do, the things that they don't do, how they respond to things or don't respond to things. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because overall that's a good thing, because we do generally, fear keeps us safe, and we do need these kind of automatic scripts that run within our personality to enable us to function in daily life. But as well as having positive effects, this can have negative effects as well. And again, I'm speaking from my own experience, because that's the only experience that I really can speak from. And I've noticed for myself that, often life will bring me new experiences, not the abseiling and the whitewater rafting, but will bring me new experiences nevertheless. And I very often will choose to turn away from those things. And often in my life, there's a lot of saying no to things, no to experiences, no to opportunities, no to maybe new ways of considering things. And sometimes I don't even realize consciously that I'm doing it. It just sort of happens because these are the things that I do, these are the places I go, these are the things that I enjoy, and these are the things that I don't do, don't go, don't enjoy. And so many pathways off my life are closed to me because I close them, not even thinking about it sometimes, but through the process of knowing within myself that the person that I am would not do those things, does not go to those places, gets no enjoyment from that particular experience. And what I'm learning is that is not drinking life to the dregs. That is drinking only part of life. And even the parts of life that I open my arms to and embrace, I don't necessarily drink to the dregs because I don't think about them. I don't think about the experience that I'm having or what it is or what it isn't. And I think this is why reflection on our day, reflection on the happenings of our life is a good thing. It's like eating our food sometimes, you know. They do advise, don't they, that you don't eat your meal whilst watching TV. And why is that? It's because if your attention is on the TV, your attention is not on the food that you're eating. And if your attention isn't on it, then you're probably not tasting it. It's probably going in your mouth, you're chewing it and swallowing it. You're not getting the enjoyment out of your food that you would have if you were focused on it. So I'm going to ignore this advice, but don't eat a real good meal whilst you're watching TV. Eat it when you're able to focus on it. Okay, well, that sermon's well and truly over. But let's just go back, to drinking life to the dregs. I am determining to take a new approach to my life, and it's going to be this: to notice the opportunities that life presents to me each and every day. And before I close the doors to activities and those opportunities and those experiences, at least to say, am I doing this knowingly, or is it one of my automatic scripts running saying Ian doesn't do that, that's not an Ian place, that's not an Ian activity? So that's the first thing. I'm going to start saying yes to more opportunities that life bring my way. And the second thing I'm going to be doing is spending time thinking about the experiences of my life. Now there is a practice of, at the end of each day, just going back, taking a few moments, going back in reverse order of the happenings that have occurred during your day, thinking about, what did you do, why did you do it, what did you glean from that experience, so that you kind of digest each day at the end of it and take from it learning, take from it wisdom. And which takes me back to the start of this little video, really, is spiritual growth occurs through life in matter, and taking the lessons and the learning from the life in matter and applying them to spiritual issues. To keep going back, as I do, to the prime hermetic axiom, as above, so below. So therefore, if we flip that, as below, so above. The things that we learn, the principles that we get to understand through our life on 3D planet Earth, have their equivalent in the spiritual realm. We just need to think what these things are, what these lessons are, and what we take from the experience. So, here's to drinking life to the dregs. And on that point, I'm going to get up and do a little bit of walking, because my two faithful furry friends here are looking at me as if to say, are we moving or not? So thank you for listening. Great to see you and speak to you guys again, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.